Okay, so welcome everybody. My name is David Silverman. I live generally outside of Washington, D.C. In the winter, we're down here in Delray Beach, Florida. It's kind of north of Fort Lauderdale and between Fort Lauderdale and West Palm Beach. And we have this webinar every Wednesday, and very glad that you're here. Dr. Carolyn Hoffman did it last week, and she'll be doing it next week as well. We kind of alternate, and we call it we're here to explain a breakthrough, but also answer questions. We call it Ask the Doctor, and I'll go through that in just a minute. So just know that right now everybody is muted and you cannot unmute yourselves because sometimes it gets distracting. But you will be able to unmute yourselves in about 30 minutes because I'm going to open it up for questions. So if you have questions, this is not a one-way presentation. You can ask them, okay, when we open it up. All you're going to end up doing is unmuting your line, okay? Let me just tell you that before we start, just a little bit about myself and then what we're going to talk about here. Let's see if I can get this here. So my background is a podiatry and foot surgery. I was board certified in foot surgery, foot orthopedics, primary podiatric medicine. I own my own practice in the state of Maryland, my own surgery center, and I love practicing. I felt kind of limited in practicing. I felt like I was meant to do more with my time on earth. Also, I felt limited with time freedom. I think many people can relate to the fact that we have jobs and hopefully we love what we do. The fact is most people don't love what they do. 75% of people don't love what they do. They work for money and for benefits. They need to support their family. In fact, it's Wednesday, and I always say, what do we call Wednesday in the United States anyway? Most people call it hump day, because we're halfway through the week to get to the weekend. And I always thought that was kind of sad. I used to love what I did, but I still was like, I can't wait for the weekend. And now I love every day. I'm on the medical board of this company, Asea. I do not work for the company. It's a voluntary position. I started as a customer with this product, and that's what I'm going to be focusing on, the product. We have two things for people here. We have a product that's incredible, for many reasons, and it's a breakthrough for humanity, and we have an opportunity that's created by it. Whatever your reason for being here, we're just glad you're here. Some of you are here because you've already seen what this product does and you want to learn more about the product, or you want to learn more about the opportunity. I'm going to kind of cover everything, but I am going to focus more on the product, just so you know. Once I saw what it did for my dad, it was brought to me 9 years ago. My dad was very ill. I saw what it did for my dad and a few other people. I looked at the opportunity side of it. So at first I was a customer, and I'd say most people start by using the product. They have to know that it's real, because most people do go through life either struggling or settling financially or time freedom wise. The opportunity becomes very much interest to a lot of people once they feel comfortable putting their reputation on the line and telling people about it. And right now you may be in the position where you haven't seen what it does yet. You don't know how real it is. You don't know how magnificent, breathtaking it is. But I will in this presentation to explain to you a very simple way for you to see that very quickly, not just by reading it or hearing about it, but actually witnessing it or experiencing it yourself. I'm what's called an ambassador triple diamond in the company. That's just a level. It means I started telling people about this, and they told people, and they told people about it. And that's the power of this. You can have a real ripple effect around the world with this product, because if you tell people about this, they're amazed. You brought them a gift. They naturally are going to tell people about it, and those people will naturally tell people about it. And it's a way to have a ripple effect around the world that's really gratifying. And there are people on here right now in Asia. I see a couple in Europe, which is pretty amazing because it's 3 in the morning in Europe right now. But it has spread around the world. And the power of this is I told a few people, just like I said, and they told people, and they told people. On the opportunity side of it, we'll talk at the end, company spends no money on advertising. Nobody would believe what this product does. No one would believe that a product that's made from salt and water could do what your friend has already told you it does, but it does. And so the company spends no money on advertising. It's all word of mouth marketing. And you'll see at the end, the company's 10 years old and it has spread around the world. And all that ripple effect that you have by telling the people you know and the people they know, company pays you for that. They pay us for that. They pay us to tell people about it. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen one more time here for just to finish up on me, because just I think it's always nice to know who you're talking to. Honestly, who's talking to you? Because if you're new, you don't know me from Adam. But I will tell you that it's my family. It's my wife, Wendy, and our 3 children, Max, Brett, and Flory, 27, 25, 23. And yes, I married a much younger woman. Don't be mad at me for that. I did, because I'm going to be 60 this year, and Wendy's going to be 59. So she's a few months younger than me. But we love this product, and we love this company, and we love sharing it with people. It's our daughter, Flory, another picture. She lives in Manhattan. She loves high rises. There's the Empire State Building from the roof of her building. This was at the convention last year. There's a big event coming up in Dallas at the end of this month, March 26th to the 28th in Dallas. And if you're really interested in this, if you're interested in more than just the product, you want to see who these people are that you're going to hear about here, and get a good feel for the product, the company, training, all of it, come to that event. It's called Envision. It's March 26th to the 28th. Your friend who introduced this to you can tell you about it. They're probably coming. I know some of the people in Asia I can see on the screen are actually coming. This is another part of my family. This is the corporate family. This is one of the founders who turned down an offer. This is not just a product. It really was a and my job tonight is to explain it to you as simply as I can and then answer questions. So Tyler Norton is one of the founders. He'll be speaking several times in Dallas. He's actually going to be doing an ethos training on Thursday, the 26th, which everybody should attend. That's Karen Riley, corporate VP, good friend of mine. Charles Funky, CEO, good friend of mine, good friend of all of ours. And Justin Wilson, vice president. There's Debbie Wetzler. She's my dear friend that brought this to me. We are always incredibly indebted to the people, to the person who brings this to us. We are always incredibly grateful to and indebted to the person who brings this to us. Some people dismiss it initially. They don't pay attention to what their friend is saying. But if the friend follows up, which they should, one day, the person who might have dismissed it says, you know, I want to try it. I don't sleep well. My dad is sick. My mom has this issue. I don't like my wrinkles. Whatever it is. They're like, I'll try, give it a try. And they take it and use it properly. They're always grateful to the person that brought it to them. And they thank God that the person brought it to them, actually. So Debbie right there, the blonde right there, she's my friend that brought it to me 9 years ago, not knowing my dad was ill. When you come to know how real this is, please don't just look for ill people. We all want to bring it to ill people, and we do. But I wasn't ill. I was 50. I was healthy. I don't take meds. I still don't take meds. I feel much younger than I did 10 years ago because I take this product. But she had no idea of knowing my dad was ill. So, you know, just bring it to people. They're either going to be receptive to something that sounds too good to be true, but they'll investigate it for their own reasons, or they won't. But that's just my advice. That's Dr. Malmed. He's on the medical board with me. He didn't get involved with this to make money. He's building a business now, but you know why he got involved? Because his wife, Terry, was bitten by a tick. She was debilitated by that issue. And he saw what it did for her, and now he's on the medical board. All of these beautiful people here, they're in Melbourne, Florida, at an event we just did. That young lady was hit by a drunk driver and had a traumatic brain injury. Want to see something fascinating, go to a website called amazingmolecules.com, amazingmolecules.com, and watch the initial video there. And you'll see her story. It's really fascinating. I mean, people that have brain issues, not just traumatic, anything, watch that. I'll reference that website in just a few minutes. So let me just show you a couple slides. These are not the most important slides I'm going to show you, but they're the ones that are kind of more illustrative, meaning this product is a cellular health product. It affects every cell of the body. I'll repeat that. This is a cellular health product. It affects every cell of the body. But you can't see your liver cells. I couldn't see my father's prostate cells. You can't see your retina cells, as ironic as that is at your eye. You can't see your pancreas cells, but you can see your skin cells. So this is 28 days of using the topical version of this product, and you can see what it does for skin cells. Maybe this is what is of most interest to you right now. Maybe you just want to look younger, or you want in 10 years from now, you want to look the way you do now. I don't know, whatever your reason for being here is, I'm fine with it. I just want you here, paying attention. Again, this is not the most important benefit. Even this is not the most important benefit. This is not the surface of the moon. This is the top of my friend's head. But we, as we age, we start seeing changes in our skin, don't we? As we age, we start seeing changes in our skin that we didn't have when we were younger, right? So maybe the changes are this, maybe the changes are this. And again, maybe the changes are from the sun. Something happens to us as we age. We kind of go downhill, but it's not just the skin cells that this happens to, it's every cell of the body. That's why people get more diseases as they get older. The cells are breaking down and they're not being replaced with good cells the way they were when we were younger. That's what we're going to be talking about here. And again, the 6 reasons why people take the time to take this seriously and look into this and try it. Top 3 reasons, and I shot a video called 6 Minutes, 6 Reasons, which is worth taking a look at. It's not long, it's obviously 6 minutes. Is health reasons. You're here because you have a health issue. So you want to see if it can help. 2, you're here because someone you love has a health issue. You want to see if it can help them. 3 is the anti-aging benefits, which I showed you. Maybe that's why you're here. You just want to look younger. The 4th benefit of this product is athletic performance and recovery benefits. The same reason Olympic gold medalists are on this product and have great results and perform better is the same reason general public has more energy. When you ask 20 people that have been on this product for a month, how's their energy? And probably about 15 of them are going to say, wow, I didn't know I could feel this good. There's no caffeine in it. There's no stimulants. It's made from salt and water. This product is made from salt and water, and I'll explain that in a few minutes. It's not salt and water anymore. It's patented, and they're double-blind studies, but I'll explain that. The 5th reason is people who want to protect their health. Maybe you just want to, live younger, longer. I think that makes sense. I'd say right now with what's going around the world, and everybody's panicked about this thing, which I think is a little bit over the top. People want to protect their health. I mean, you go online, you can't even buy hand sanitizer anymore. Everybody wants to protect their health. I get that. That's an important thing. And when I go through these 6 reasons, sometimes I jump through number 5, but 5 is an important reason. It really is. And the 6th reason people come to learn, maybe you're here also, is for the opportunity. You want a better quality of life. 90% of people go through life struggling or settling financially or with time freedom or not enough life satisfaction. So whatever you're here for, we're just glad that you're here. Okay? Now, again, it's a breakthrough. Breakthroughs always sound too good to be the public, always sound too good to be true to the masses, to the public. Again, breakthrough is a powerful word. I mean, it's not thrown around very often, right? The light bulb was a breakthrough. The computer was a breakthrough. The internet was a breakthrough. Penicillin was a breakthrough. This is a breakthrough. Just because you may not have heard of it, and just because your brother who's a doctor hasn't heard of it, doesn't mean it's not happening. We'll go through in a little bit at the end what's happened in the past 10 years with this. But this is an article from the Huffington Post almost 4 years ago. Here are 5 of the craziest game-changing technologies that are starting to take off in 2016. That was about 3.5, 4 years ago. It says, pay attention. Some of these will shape our lives in the coming years. And when this article came out, I didn't know what 1, 2, 3, and 5 were, but I did know what number 4 was, redox signaling technology. That's what this is. It's a technology, redox signaling technology. And they had the picture of Asea there. That's the old bottle because it's a patented product. There's the hint of what it is, redox signaling molecules. So let me talk about what this isn't before I talk about what it is. Asea is the drink, Renu 28 is the gel. So I'm holding up the drink here, I'm holding up the gel here. Same technology. And the company has 9 products. I'm focusing on 2. They have 4 incredible nutritional products because there's no nutritional value to this. But I just don't have time to go through the nutritional products. I wish that I did. If I didn't save time for questions, I could talk about the nutrition. I can't, but I will tell you, 4 of them right here in my hands, and I take every single one of them, and everybody as well. And I'll answer questions if people have it about that. But I'm talking about the breakthrough. I'm talking about redox signaling molecules because it doesn't fit a category. It's created its own category of product. It's not a vitamin, mineral, antioxidant, juice. It's certainly not a drug. And these products can do something that nothing else can do, because they contain something that nothing else contains, except you. This is really important. What's in this bottle isn't grown on a tree. It's not a root. And there are great things that you get from, if you're trying to boost your immunity, there are a lot of things you can do. Elderberry, all kind of oil of oregano. They're incredible things. on the planet that help your body, right? And we need it. We need good nutrition. We really do. There's no nutritional value to this. But you don't have oil of oregano in you. You don't have elderberry in you. You do have this in you. You have this in you right now. Your cells are making it right now. When we talked about the aging process, we talked about how as we get older and as the years go up, our health goes down, right? A 40-year-old will not heal as quickly as a 20-year-old who falls off his bicycle, right? A 40-year-old will not heal as quickly as a 20-year-old. But a 40-year-old will heal faster than a 60-year-old, and a 60-year-old will heal faster than an 80-year-old. 80-year-old falls off a bicycle, that could be the end of them. They break a hip, blood clot surgery, that could kill them. Right? What's happening as we age? We heal slower. We get more diseases as we get older. Our skin changes. We have less energy. All these things happen as we get older. And sometimes people say, well, that's not really true because, well, put it this way, starts going downhill when we go into puberty. It's when it starts happening. And there's a physiological reason for that. And some people will say, well, that's not true. A 20-year-old is just as healthy as a 10-year-old. That's true in a way. A 20-year-old is stronger and faster than a 10-year-old. But let me ask you this. Who heals quicker from an injury? A broken bone or a tonsillectomy? A 20-year-old or a 10-year-old? 10-year-old does. Why is that? Why do younger people heal so darn quickly? Why do they have less health issues? This is what we're talking about. When I said your cells make these redox molecules, it's called reductants and oxidants. I'll show you one science slide. I'm not going to go through double-blind studies. We're not going to have time for that. Your cells make this right now, but you made more when you were younger. We all did. And children that have health issues, often they're just not making enough of this, believe it or not. It's called redox signaling molecules, and at puberty, they're made in your mitochondria, and at puberty, we start having less mitochondria, and we have less, it's called ATP, which is the molecule we burn for fuel. When you notice little kids can run around like maniacs, they have much more energy than adults. That's because they have a lot of ATP, because their mitochondria is making ATP, and they have a ton to burn, a lot of energy to burn. But these redox signaling molecules are also produced in the same process in the mitochondria as ATP is formed. And we're producing less ATP and we're producing less redox molecules. Less. So my job here is to explain a little bit as to what they do, okay? So let me go back my slides, and I'm jumping, and I'm not gonna go through this whole slide presentation. Okay, so this is a cell, and our cells are filled with saline. People say, well, why is this product made from saline? This slide is going to explain that, because in the cells, we have something called a mitochondria. It produces the molecule called ATP, but we also produce these little negatively charged reductants and positively charged oxidants, and they're made from saline. They're not salt and water anymore, but they're made from 4 elements that salt and water is made from. You know what salt is? Sodium and chloride. You know what water is? Hydrogen and oxygen. That's what these little molecules are made from, but not in the form of salt and water anymore. They're negatively and positively charged. And when I was in school, in the 80s, I was a biology major at the University of Maryland and then Chicago for pediatric medical school. We were taught that the mitochondria, the sole function was to produce this ATP we burn for fuel. When I researched this for my father, really to see if it was safe, I'll talk about that in a minute. I was like, wow, look all this whole science came up, redox biochemistry in the 90s after I was in school. And they found a function for these little molecules. What do? Well, put it this way, they're as foundational to cellular health as ATP is. What they do is this, is simply put, they help our cells hear one another. These reductants and oxidants, these redox signaling molecules, amplify signaling in the body. Double-blind studies have proven that the product, which is the same as what's in us, what I'm holding in my hand is identical to what's in you, proven that it turns genes back on that get turned off as we age. Genes that control some pretty important things. Maybe I'll show one slide on that. So let me go back to this, because I want to talk about drugs. So I crossed through drug here because there are 3 things about a drug that can hurt you. And drugs are fine if you really need them. I mean, I don't know if you disagree with me, but I think we have an incredible crisis care system in this country, in the US, and in developed countries. I mean, if you're in a car accident or have a stroke, this is the place to be. But how many of you had a car accident? How many of you had a stroke this year? Anybody have other things going on? Joint problems, mood problems, allergy problems, eye problems, whatever, prostate problems. People, chronic problems, Western medicine stinks. Chronic problems, Western medicine is all about taking drugs. And it's big business. Drugs are big business. And there's a place for it. My personal opinion is people that have, I've been in wellness now for 23 years. 90% of people that take medications for issues don't have to. They have to do something. They can't just skip the medicine and that's it. But there are natural solutions out there. But doctors aren't trained on natural solutions. Doctors are trained on drugs, pretty much. I think 10% of people that take meds need them. I've seen that over the last 23 years. I don't know everything. I can't go to a health food store and know everything that's in there. But I darn well know what this does. I know what these nutritionals do as well. And I'm going to explain this, what this is doing in the body. But there are three things about drugs that are dangerous. One is you could be allergic to it. Two, there's toxicity. If you take too much of it, your liver can't metabolize it. You're going to get sick. Okay, this is a fact. If you take too much of any drug, too much of a drug, you're going to get sick. And if you take too much more of a drug, you know what happens to you? You will die. I'm not talking about overdosing on heroin. Yes, you will overdose on heroin. You'll overdose on aspirin. You'll overdose on Tylenol. Why do you think that is? Because it's not natural to your body. Your liver is trying to metabolize it. If you overload the system, you can't metabolize it fast enough and you will overdose. Okay. Third thing about a drug is it can interact with another drug. You got joint pain, you take a medication. Now you got a side effect with your stomach, and now you're taking this medication for that. And all these, like a medicine cabinet. The drug companies can't test 6 medications, how they interact. Okay. Now let's talk about this. Drugs you can be allergic to. You can't be allergic to this. Not a single person on the planet can be. It's off the table because it's in everybody and it's made from salt and water. Right? Very little salt, by the way. 125 milligrams in a daily amount is more salt in a glass of milk. It's more salt in a slice of bread. So when someone says, "I have high blood pressure, I can't take it," they just need to read the label. Secondly, toxicity. Too much of a drug, overdose. Liver can't metabolize it. Not this. You drink more than you need. Your body turns the excess back into saline, which is what your cells are filled with. So I drink 8 ounces a day. Most people drink between 4 and 8 ounces a day. Drink 4 ounces a day, you drink a bottle a week. I drink 8 ounces a day, I drink 2 bottles a week. But when I travel, like I was in Asia twice last year, Singapore, Malaysia, and Philippines, a couple days before, I would just drink an entire bottle for a couple each day. Because there's no way it can hurt me. There's no way it can hurt me. I mean, you're increasing the salt a little bit because I'm drinking more than normal amount, but it can't hurt me. And the last thing is interacting with medicines. Do not have to stop medication to do this. And this is an important slide I'm going to show you. It could be one of the most important slides I've got because it's all about getting results, right? Once I knew it was safe, that's all they really cared about. But this is really important. When you start to drink, write down everything about yourself before you start. Look at that left column there. What's your energy level? How well do you sleep? How many times do you go to the bathroom at night? Do you have any focusing problems, memory problems, mood problems, neurological problems, digestive problems, eye problems, ear problems, breathing problems, sinus problems, allergy problems? Are you overweight? What's your weight before you start? Sugar issues. What's your sugar levels in the morning you test? Pressure, sex drives, joint stiffness, stress, athletic performance. If you're an athlete, baseline something. Take pictures of your skin, hair, nails, and start taking the product, right? Stay well hydrated. It's going to detoxify you. It pulls toxins out. It's a cleansing process. So drink a lot of water. Hold it in your mouth for 60 seconds. It gets into your bloodstream through diffusion, the membranes of your mouth, your esophagus, your stomach wall. Wait 5 minutes to eat or drink anything. Like I say, 4 ounces a day. At day 7, reassess. 15% of people are thrilled at day 7. 85% of people say, I don't really feel anything. That's where you temporarily double it to the amount that I drink every day, 8 ounces a day. I'm telling you the best way to take this to validate the product, and if you're looking at the opportunity, as quickly as possible. Okay? Now, and the product comes with a money-back guarantee for a month, so just get enough product to be able to take that much. It's 8 bottles you want the first month. Now, the gel is another story. Gel is another story because there's something fascinating about the gel. Now, if you look at the literature and you look at the company's website, you'll see it's marketed for anti-aging. It works for wrinkles. Is there proof? Yeah, there's proof. Take pictures of your skin, but the company sent the product to a lab called Dermatest. Look them up. It's in Germany. The highest rating they give any product is 5 stars. They did a 28-day trial. And the highest rating they give a product is 5 stars. They gave Renu 28 5 stars, but no toxicity. 0 toxicity. There's no acids. It's not a peel. Botox, which is a botulinum. It's not a poison. It's made from salt and water. What did they find? Well, look at these numbers. It's pretty amazing for 28 days that you get that kind of result with a product that's made from salt and water. Now I'm holding up the tube right now. Okay, so that's what that. If you went to the website, never came to a webinar here, you would think, well, that's what you use it for. People say, well, according to what this product does at the cellular level, can I use it for my skin disease? Well, we can't say to use it for skin diseases because you can't say it works for any disease. That's a medical claim. This is not a drug. Only a drug, that's something that's deemed a drug, can make medical claims. So if someone says, can I use it for my psoriasis? Can I use it for my eczema? I'll say, sure, you can use it if you want. Just take pictures before and after. And there are 3 words about this that I love that you can't say about a drug. We can't say it's going to help any of those issues, but we can say 3 words. These are common sense words. If someone's got an issue and they don't use this product, they're either very cynical or they're flat broke. And it's not expensive. The pharmaceutical company that tried to buy it had gotten their hands on it, it would be very expensive, or they would have buried it. But the 3 words that I love are this: it can't hurt. Like 4 words: it can't hurt you. It can't hurt. So if you want to take pictures of your skin issues and use it, go ahead, but we can't claim it's going to help. This last thing I'm going to put up here is really important. Now, at the top, it says fast product and opportunity validation. And what I showed you there, it could take weeks. Right? How would you like to know that this is real in 10 minutes? Like the day you get your product, you're baselining everything in your own health, you're tracking your progress, your loved ones, whatever, money back guarantee. But if there was a way that that very first day you could go out and your jaw would drop, you would come home that day and say, oh my God, this is real. I can't believe what I saw today. Okay? This is going to be really important for you. A little video is going to pop up on the left side under the picture of that lady, and it's going to say it all. Okay? Who do you know who's hurting? See, it says 3 times in 5minutes.com. Jot that down, 3 times in 5minutes.com. Take the gel. You want to validate the reality of this product. You want to negate anything you see online saying it's just salt and water, don't waste your money. Go find 10 people who are hurting, right? Maybe it's 5, I'm using 10 because it's a round number. 10 people who are hurting. Ask them at what level they're hurting on a scale of 1 to 10. It could be you, your neck, finger, back, knee, hip, cramp, TMJ, I don't care what it is. Just rate what it is to 10 people and say, give me 10 minutes. All I want is 10 minutes, not 28 days, not a day, 10 minutes. Rate your discomfort on a scale of 1 to 10, shake up the gel, put it on 3 times in 5 minutes, and in 10 minutes, ask them how they feel. And that's what you're going to see in that 3 times in 5minutes.com video. Okay. So they assess the level of hurting on a scale of 1 to 10, shake up the tube of gel, and put it on 3 times in 5 minutes. Now, I will show you when I do that with people and I'm with them, I will show them that this is marketed for wrinkles, okay? But I want you to try something. And you show them before and after pictures. I'll say this stuff is as safe as water. It's clear. I'll put it on my face. I'll put it on my eyes so they see that it's safe. I'll say, here, I want you to feel it. So I'll have them hold out their hand. I'll say, here, rub that in. Tell me what it smells like and if it feels greasy. And they're like, no, there's no smell. And it's not greasy, it's gone. Right. So what hurts you? Their neck is they turn it into cracks and it's like a 3, or their hand is stiff. Say, take me seriously here. Put it on 3 times in 5 minutes. Now, usually you don't have to use a lot, but if someone doesn't know that this works yet, I'm like, be a little liberal. The first 30 days, you have a money back guarantee. Don't be cheap with it. Put a good amount. So if their hand is hurting them, don't have them put it on their hand. Right? And they couldn't close their hand before, their knee hurts. They're on 3 times in 5 minutes, and you watch what happens. Now, if you were to see 5 out of 10 people like fall off their chair and say, that's incredible, how did it do that? I just said 5 out of 10. Would you say that that was significant? Now, most people would say yes. Some would say it could be a placebo, and that's okay. Let's say they were all really open-minded people saying, I want it to work, I want it to work, and 5 said, oh, it works. That would be great, right? What if they were 10 negative people that said, there's no way, this is ridiculous? But they promised to be honest. They promised you that they would be honest at before and after, the level. What if it was 5 out of 10 on those negative people? Would that be significant? I would say most people would say yes. What if it was 7 out of 10? Now, I'm sure all of you that are new are saying, oh, that would be great. What if it was 9 out of 10? What if 9 out of 10 open-minded or closed people in 10 minutes said, okay, what is this? Okay. I'm telling you right now, the ace in the hole that we have in this product to validate the product, to help people, and also for the opportunity in building belief in this is to do that on 10 people as fast as you can. You watch what happens. It's incredible. Now, I did not go through the double-blind studies. I'll just show a slide. I promised Joe would show you a slide on that. Let me. Okay. So the company sends the product out to all types of third-party validating institutions. I'm not going to go through all this. I can answer questions at the end, or you can get this from your friend who introduced it to you. But Tourette Labs is a genetic testing lab. They do all kinds of genetic testing for all types of international industries. Go look up that lab. Okay, don't just take my word for it. Asea sent the drink to Tourette Labs to do genetic expression studies. And that genetic expression is your genes express themselves, not just your hair color and your height. Gene expression is how you'd be dead if your genes didn't express themselves. Your genes tell your cells what to do. Your liver cells right now are being told what to do by the genes. This is a fact. Look up gene expression. So they wanted to see, will Asea turn genes back on that get turned off as we age? Because as we age, our genes turn off. In an 8-week study, 8 ounces a day, not 4 ounces a day, 8 ounces a day, versus the people that the other group drank saline, just salt water, right? Because a lot of people say this is just salt water. Well, guess what? Every single person that drank Asea, their genes turned on, 20 to 31%. Now, again, not just, these are important genes. I'll show you what they control, and you can look them up. I'll give you a reference to look them up in a second, where I'm going to recommend that you actually take a screenshot of a screen that I'm going to show you in a minute. But every person's genes turned on, and not one person had a single gene turn on and drank saline. Why would they? They were drinking saline. What do these genes control? Well, the innate immune system. You ever notice how many more people get autoimmune issues as they get older? Vascular health. People get vascular health issues as they get older. Digestive issues. People have those more as they get older. Hormone modulation. Women in their 30s don't have hot flashes, just as an example. Sex drive is pretty strong still in the 30s for men and women. Inflammation pathway. Everybody has inflammation. Remember, when you go to put the gel on 10 people with that are hurting, and you see what happens to 9 out of 10, remember that. Pretty cool. Then when they said, well, people say, if I drink this product, do I have to keep drinking it? Well, you can quit if you want, but your genes are going to turn back off again. It's not going to kill you, but you're going to go back to where you were. All of the genes, they studied 8 weeks after the study, they drew blood again, and they saw that the genes turned back off. Right? So if you want the benefit of the product, you take the product. If you want to keep getting the benefit of the product, you keep taking the product. Let me give you that reference page. Here we go. Take a screenshot of this if you can, because I'll explain a couple things on here. If you just make sure you're taking the picture with your camera or taking a screenshot. The most important one people want to know is the bottom one. A lot of the questions will come at the end. Well, my dad has this, I have this, my daughter has this. My dog has this issue, will it help? We can't make medical claims, but you can go to this website, Redox Experiences, and put in the password experiences, all lowercase. Take a look. Just look what Redox has done for people. They just share what has happened with them. Okay, you want to hear from doctors? It's a great site right there with lots of different types of practitioners. They were all skeptical. You want to hear from veterinarians and breeders? Go there. You want to hear from athletes? Go there. People that say it's salt water, go there. There's the 3 times in 5 minutes. Whyitspossible.com. I shot that. It's a real short video explaining how it works. So I think that would be pretty helpful to you. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make a shift because I'm going to answer questions in a few minutes. At this point, I'm going to take 5 minutes. I'm going to talk about the opportunity created by this. If you're here strictly because you just want the health benefits and your life is great and you have no interest in making more money, you have no interest in helping other people or having a ripple effect around the world, this is not going to be of interest to you. It isn't. I can tell you that it wasn't interesting to me until I saw what this product really did. And then I met the people running the company and I saw the integrity in this company. Because I've been in multi-level marketing before and I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly. And there's a lot of ugly. There's a lot of greed in this industry. There's a lot of hype. I couldn't hype this. I couldn't overstate the importance of this. I could overstate any part of this. But even if you're not interested in it, you may know somebody who's struggling or settling. You might want to at least listen for that. Listen for these 5 minutes for that. And if you have questions about the product, I'm going to answer those in just a few minutes. Okay. The fact is 90% of people go through life struggling or settling. It's a fact. It's a fact. There's a 90% chance that you are struggling or settling in life. Doesn't mean you're struggling, but settling. You know, as a doctor, I made a lot of money, didn't have any free time. I was struggling with that. Was I making enough money to do all the things I wanted to do? No, I was settling financially also, right? Like I'm here for the winter. I would love to, I'm 59 years old. My friends that are doctors are all complaining up north. Number one, they're like, God, you're down there playing golf every day. You're out. A lot of these people laughed at me 9 years ago when I started with this. They were like, that's ridiculous. But it's good for you. Sure, it's salt and water. I didn't really care. I didn't care. I cared about them. I felt bad for them and their families. They weren't listening to me, but I knew this product worked and I knew where I was going to be with it financially, time freedom wise. I knew the ripple effect I was going to have around the world. So the opportunity side of this is unique in that they spend no money on advertising. When you enroll as an associate to order or an affiliate, it's $40. In fact, up till tomorrow, you can talk to the person who introduced it to you. They're waiving the $40 when people order a certain amount of product, not to put in their garage, to take, for them to use, right, with a money back guarantee. Let's say you enroll for $40. You're an associate. You're testing the product on you other people. Let's say you're ready now or you're ready a month from now to say, I want to start sharing this. How do I make money? How do I make money while I sleep? That's the powerful thing. You can get an Uber and just start driving for Uber and make extra money, but you can't make money when you're sleeping. I mean, you fall asleep in an Uber, you're dead, right? The power of this is you're not just making money, you're creating free time. Because if you tell a few people about this, say you tell 10 people, they enroll, they order product, money back guarantee. Every time the company ships them product, not you make money. Every time, because they spend no money on advertising. That's residual income. These 10 people, every time you teach them about this in March of 2020, they get the product in April, May, June, July, next year, 10 years from now. You keep getting paid for what you did today. I didn't have that as a doctor. Most people don't have that. Maybe they write a book, Jerry Seinfeld, or write a movie or whatever. Here's the power of this. Remember, the company spends no money on advertising, right? They pay us to tell people about this. Well, your 10 people have mouths. Your 10 people, when they see what this does, out of the goodness of their heart, they're going to refer people to you, or they're going to say, hey, I'm one of those 90% of people that are settling in life. I want to make some extra money, whether it's $500 a month or $5,000 a month. They pay you weekly, by the way, or $30,000 a month. Doesn't matter. People say, well, how can it get to $30,000 a month, let alone $30,000 a week? Because those 10 people can tell people also. If they did just what you did, that's 100 more people that know about this. The company pays your 10 people for that, but they pay you too. If those 100 people did what you did, told 10 people they know, who you certainly do not know, or you're 2 generations of people away, now you have 1,000 people. Those 1,000 tell 10 people each. It's 10,000 people. That's the power of network marketing. Now let's tie it to this. Let's tie it to what we have here. I call this as close to a perfect opportunity as possible. And why do I say that? Because the product, number 1, 2, 3, and 4, powerful product, perfectly safe product, proof in the pudding, fast product, as I said, patented product, okay, and trade secrets. Coca-Cola is not patented, it's trade secrets. This is patented and trade secrets. I'll show you the numbers in a minute. It's more than just an opportunity. We're not selling Coca-Cola. We're not selling pots and pans. It's a purpose-driven opportunity. You will feel obligated to tell people about this. I promise you, you will feel obligated. You would tell people about it if there was no opportunity attached to it. A powerful passive income pay plan run by principled people. These are good people. That event in Dallas at the end of the month, I recommend that you come. Yes, to learn about the product. Yes, to hear from the doctors. Yes, to meet people. But really to meet corporate. And just go up and talk to them and look in their eyes and ask them why they didn't sell to a pharmaceutical company, didn't sell out the offer they had. Proven support train system and timing. So we're perfect timing. Now, many people have done network marketing before. I talked to so many people that say, oh, I did Amway and still do, but I have nothing against Amway. Amway is a great company. I mean, it's a legacy company. It stood the test of time. It's the only company that's ever done 10 billion in a year. They don't do that anymore. But I don't think that the timing is perfect for Amway anymore. I mean, quite honestly, I just don't. Maybe you disagree, but I don't think the timing is there. The dream is to be at the beginning of something, but something that's going to be around for a long time, right? Because a lot of companies come and go. So let's see where this company is right now in March of 2020. It's 10 years old this year. That's the global headquarters in Pleasant Grove, Utah. That's the Redox production facility down the street. I was just there 3 weeks ago, actually, with some people that are on here right now, like Gene Nanowis and some people who came from Philippines and from the US to be there. 10 years old, run by a highly experienced, conservative, and ethical management team, profitable in the first year of business, increase revenue every year, no debt. They don't borrow money. I'm going to tell you, people that know network marketing, they read that and that you have their attention. They're like, okay, it's established, it's 10 years old, because 90% of network marketing companies don't make it to their 5th birthday. 90% of all companies don't make it to their 5th birthday. This company is in their 10th year, and it's not receding, it's growing. It's grown every year. The fact that these are ethical people, that you have to meet them. I mean, you can't just, you're not going to believe me. It's you have to meet these people. And that's what my friend Debbie said, you have to meet them. And I flew and I met them. I wanted to know who these people were because, again, I had seen the good, the bad, and the ugly in multi-level marketing. They don't borrow any money, and they do things by the book. Do they make mistakes? I've been doing this for 9 years. They make mistakes, but they're honest mistakes, and they correct them. None of their decisions are driven by greed. None of their decisions are driven or made by greed. They know that this is a breakthrough for humanity. They know that this is going to be a household word. They know that it's been an uphill battle because it's made from salt and water and it's made in Salt Lake City and people say, ha, ha, ha. They know that, but they make decisions based on principles. Now, this is an FDA registered production facility, and this is the inside of the building. It takes 3.5 days to turn the raw ingredients, which is Morton's kosher salt and deionized pure water, has to be sodium chloride, hydrogen, oxygen, 3.5 days to make the product. Right? Now, what happens once they make it? It's shipped from that global production facility to 20 global distribution centers around the world. Okay, 2 are in Europe, 6 in Asia, Australia, New Zealand, 2 in the US, 2 in Canada, Mexico. And where is it available? 33 markets: US, Canada, Mexico, 22 countries in Europe. Australia, New Zealand, and 6 Asian markets. The 6th one just opened up in September, and that was Malaysia. But it's also available in Hong Kong, Singapore, Taiwan, Thailand, and the Philippines. In fact, there's some really good meetings taking place in the Philippines right now, in Cebu, Manila, with some doctors and some of the leaders from the United States that are over there right now. So if you're watching this in the Philippines, you're watching this recording, ask the person who introduced it to you, where are these meetings? Like I say, there's one in Cebu tonight. Right now, I know it's Thursday morning there, but tonight in Cebu, there's a meeting. The company's done over 800 million since the launch of the company. Now, let me ask you this. It's grown every year, and they've done over 800 million. They'll go over $1 billion total this year, combined. Do you think a company selling salt and water could do that? Do you think that the curtain would have been pulled on the Wizard of Oz to say, oh, this is a scam? This company is growing, baby, and it's started to really hit it. Look at the numbers from recent growth. 2016, they had gotten up to 79 million. 2017, they had 84 million. What happened in 18? It jumped to 126 million. It wasn't a fluke. Look what happened in 2019. It jumped to 170 million. That production facility can produce 800 million a year. Well, we'll be getting close to there in about 5 years. We'll be there or above 5 years. Conservatively, even the founder of the company and CEO says we'll be there, but they're being conservative, right? Saying it. They don't never hype anything. In fact, they said by 2025 we'll be $500 million a year. It'll probably be more than that. But the production facility can't keep up more than 800 million a year if it runs 24 hours a day. But when Vertus Norton founded the company, who was in charge, this is important. Vertus Norton, who was one of the founders of the company, was in charge of international strategy. He's a strategic genius. He was in charge of international strategy his whole life, but his last job was in charge of a $36 billion company's international strategy. $36 billion company, Kraft Food. When he had the building built, he knew the day would come when we'd have to ramp up production or we wouldn't be able to meet demand. So that blue floor on the bottom left, that's enough space to put a second production line in. Within 2 weeks, they can go to 1.6 billion in production. When they need to put a building in Asia, they will. When they need to put a building in Europe, they will. But right now, it's all produced in the US. And from what I hear around the world, people like that it's produced here. I mean, it's an FDA-registered production facility. So we're post-risk. We're way past our 5th birthday. We're going in a momentum. And that's an exciting time to be involved. Those of you who are not in multi-level marketing and up in it before, it's when it starts to really hit this growth curve. And we haven't hit hyper growth yet. We've just gone into momentum. But there's enough people on the ground now, enough people talking about this that it's starting to go viral. I hate to use the word go viral with this coronavirus going around the world, but you can see what happens with viruses. This is what happens. This is a good thing here when it goes viral. Enough people know about it. They're telling enough people, and it starts to accelerate. That's where we are. And so they pay us, not advertisers. They pay us, not advertisers. Residual income. It's money while you sleep. Do the work once, you keep getting paid without limits. I'll show you the average incomes in a minute to tell other people. We acquire customers for Asea, product users, and along the way, we identify, train, and support people who want a better life. That may be you, may not be you. Maybe it's not you right now. Maybe you're in real estate, you're doing really well, but when the market crashes one day, when it will, may be struggling. You may be interested later. But people who want a better life for themselves, they want money when they sleep. They want to make money while they sleep. And I have to tell you, the work that I put into this is a joy. It is a joy, what I do. But the rewards are incredible because it's not just money, it's time freedom. Now, average incomes, I'm going to show you. Now, these numbers, actually, it says 2019 because that's when the disclosure form came out, but it's 2018 numbers. The 19 numbers are coming out, I think, this week. And we'll get them. But as you look at this, know that the median income in the United States last year, meaning half the people in the country made more than this number, households, half of the households made more than this number and half made less, okay? $63,000 in the US. Now it's less in the Philippines, it's less in other countries. But in the US, $63,000, half the households live on less than that. These are average incomes of the different levels. So you start as a director when you enroll 2 people. I'm not going through the comp plan, but I'll just give you the numbers here. And you can see that here's, look at the monthly average incomes here where I have my cursor. They pay you weekly, so split that into a quarter, right? So a director and a qualifying director earns an average of $300 a month, $75 a week. That would make a difference for most people. Somewhat of a difference, I wouldn't say no to that. That's $3,600 a year. That's $3,600 a year that comes residually, right? Now, I'm an ambassador triple diamond. If you look at the bottom here, it has a little plus sign. Plus sign means that there's six ranks or levels within that grouping of ambassador diamond. I'm not the top. I can see what the top person earned in 2018. Look at the bottom right number. She earned an average of $214,000 a month. It's $2.5 million. And she has a high school diploma. So don't tell me, oh, you're a doctor, that's why you're an ambassador diamond. I'm the high, of all the top levels, people at the top levels, I'm the only one that's a doctor. I'm the only one that's a doctor. Most people, just people that want to help people, they share it with people, and they're serious about it. They start part-time, and when the income gets to a certain point, they're like, hey, maybe I want to go full-time, right? So it's very hard for people to understand this $100,000 a month thing. So I like to focus on bronze. Bronze is a beautiful thing. Qualifying bronzes earn $2,000 a month. 500 a week. Right? So what's that? About $24,000 a year. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money that's residual income. You'd have to have millions in the bank to earn that much money. Millions to earn, many millions to earn that much residual income at today's interest rates. And then once someone gets to bronze, what I love about this, because I have bronzes in my business, silvers, golds, platinums, diamonds, double diamonds, triple diamonds. What I love is when people have never done this before and they get to that and they're like, David, I'm making $2,000 a month. I can't believe it. Then they can start seeing the bigger numbers. They start believing. I got here, I can get there. I got it there, I can get here. They start seeing everything. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. What time do I have here? Usually I finish around 10 of, yeah. And let me just show you real quickly. You're going to go to your friend's website. The company gives you a virtual office website, and then they give you a website that is for the public where people can go to and enroll and order product and so forth. This is mine and Wendy's, and you can see the little American flag right there. When I click it, it shows you all the countries we're in. We're expanding all the time. But just click join, and you can get science information. You can see the production facility, all this. But you click join here, it gives you options to join as a customer or as an associate. And what you do is just click enroll right there. But see how it says United States? Well, if you're in the US and you're going to your friend's site, just click United States. But let's say you're in, I don't know, you're in Bangkok, all right? So Thailand, you say, I'm in Bangkok. So, okay, click that. And what happens is, look, it translates everything into Thai. It'll translate everything. If you're the person in Thailand knows something in Hong Kong, it translates into Chinese, Mandarin. So it's, this is how this creates a web around the world. And when you click enroll, it's going to give you options on these enrollment packs. Talk to the person who introduced it to you about which is the best pack for you. And there's free enrollment on these packs here right now until tomorrow. The March 6th is the end. They've never done that before with free enrollment, but it's free shipping and free enrollment for these packs and above. But just get enough product for you to test properly. That's the most important thing. And we want you to join us. We want you to be part of the business, but we don't need you to be part of the business, and we're not going to push the business on you. We want to help you with what you need help with, and that's it. And if it changes over time, where right now it's you just want to sleep better, or you got a blood sugar problem, or whatever it is, we can't make claims it's going to help you. You get on the product. If you see benefit from it, then great. Maybe you want to join us in the business. If you know you want to join us now, you're here because you've already seen the product work. We'll help you do that. I'll mention there are 2 other great presentations happening this week. Tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. I'm going to answer questions in a second. Tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern, there's a great presentation at 9 p.m. at discoverasea.com. You already have Zoom downloaded. Just go to discoverasea.com. 9 p.m. Eastern, that's New York time Thursday. 10 a.m. Friday, Philippines time, Singapore. Friday night, U.S. time at 8 o'clock, there's a great one with nurses. 6 nurses are going to talk about this. Okay, and nurses tend to be a little more, I don't want to say more caring than doctors. It's not really true, but nurses go into nursing. They're not going in to get rich. They're going in because they want to help people, right? But 6 nurses are going to be talking about this. That's at 8 p.m. New York time, which is 9 a.m. Singapore, Manila time. And to get to that one, you go to just redox2.com. Redox2.com. You already have Zoom downloaded, you'll be in. So I want to mention those things, okay? So what we're going to do is, let me set it up so that people that have questions, let me stop the recording actually first. I'll stop the recording here.